Alright, morning to our viewers. Today, our TV show have invited our special guest, which is Professor Stephanie, to talk about the current issue of the foreign company in Malaysia. Because recently, we received a lot of issues regarding the foreign company in Malaysia. So, Professor Steve, can you share to us what are the successful case studies about the foreign company actually in Malaysia?
Alright, so thank you for your question here. So I will share with you two of my funding company that foreign company that is successfully established in Malaysia. So the first one I would like to talk about is Shopee. So Shopee made a splash in 2015 by introducing their mobile-centric initiative in recognizing the rise of the smartphone use. So Shopee also smart use their social media to further engage user, and also they use the strategy of value-driven solutions to encourage Malaysians to go to the e-commerce platforms, especially for the youth. So that is for the Shopee part. So for the next, I will discuss about Netflix. So Netflix strategically entered Malaysia in 2016 by understanding the variety of interest in the Malaysian viewers. Netflix managed to do pilot content and also do offer 1 month free trials to lure more subscribers. And lastly, Netflix managed to collab with the local content creators, which added a unique touch, securing the Netflix position in Malaysia digital entertainment scene.
So yeah, basically they have two foreign companies already present in Malaysia, which is Shopee and Netflix. So this looks interesting. So thank you for today's session. Next, we'll move to another session after this. Right. Continue with the TV show.
Welcome back to our TV session. Jennifer, can you tell us about foreign company in Malaysia?
Alright, so according to the Companies Act 2016, a foreign company is defined as a company, corporation, society, association or other body incorporated outside Malaysia. Section 561, subsection 1 of the Company Act states that the foreign company should not carry any business in Malaysia unless it is registered under the Company Act 2016. So under the Company Act, establishing a foreign company in Malaysia is a significant undertaking, and it is essential to comprehend the legal process involved. So let me ask you, what are the options, documentation and authorities involved for the foreign company to establish in Malaysia?
Foreign company have two options, either registering as a foreign entity and operating under the original corporate entity, or incorporating as a local company by establishing a subsidiary or branch office. For registration requirement, 3 key aspects needs to be provided. Firstly, the key documents entail a certified copy of certificate of incorporation, a list of directors along with the authority, a memorandum of appointment or power of attorney, and the application for registration. Secondly, a name search and approval process is necessary. Lastly, ensuring compliance with Company Act of 2016 is vital. Other regulatory authorities are also involved in this process. This includes the Company Commission of Malaysia (SSM), the Malaysian Investment Development Authority (MIDA), the Inland Revenue Board of Malaysia (IRB), the Ministry of International Trade and Industry (MITI), and the Immigration Department of Malaysia.
Hi, welcome back to our viewers. Now we will continue our third sessions. Miss Emilia, can you tell me about what is the type of foreign company in Malaysia?
Alright, thank you, Professor Yami. Generally, they have 3 types of foreign company in Malaysia that present in Malaysia. The first type of foreign company that can launch a presence in Malaysia is a branch. Basically, the branch is the operational and the financial controlled by the parent company. So, but they have a negative side. The branch, actually, the debt of the branch actually will be fully responsibility of the parent company. Not also that, representative office also one of the type foreign company that can launch in their present in Malaysia. Basically, representative office is prohibited to do any business activity like selling their product or services. But they only can do just like market research and development R&D and collect information on their investment opportunity of their business. Yeah, by this, of course, representative office should be the low cost than the other type of foreign company in Malaysia lah. And then branch representative office, the last one, the last type of the foreign company they can launch presence in Malaysia also, subsidiary. Alright. Subsidiary is also known as a Sendirian Berhad. So far, the debts and the liability, of course, they need to be responsible, but not by the parent company lah. This means they are independent in Malaysia. And yeah, Professor Yami also seems that they have three type of foreign company in Malaysia, right? So I'm also still lack of the sources to know in depth how does the registration procedure for the foreign company in Malaysia. Can Professor Yami tell me more about this procedure?
Okay, thank you for the Miss Emilia. Repeat the questions. There are four registration procedure for foreign company in Malaysia. First is name, serve, and applications of name. The successor business name must be registered online using SSN system and pay for and within Malaysia charge. If the name is accepted, it will be held for 30 days following the acceptance date. Besides, applications to register a foreign company in Malaysia within 30 days of company name's approach to approval, the applicant may provide the following information to SSN. First, the name, nationality, identity, and usual place of residence of each shareholder in Malaysia. The name, country, identity, and usual place of each individual appointed to the positions of director for foreign company in Malaysia. The list of each shareholder and member and the place of origin. The specific of the classes, quantity of shares at the original company's locations if the foreign company has share capital. And lastly, the name and address of Malaysian citizens designated by the foreign company in memorandum of appointment or power of attorney as its agent. In addition, for the registrations fee for registrations of foreign company, the share capital of the foreign company should translated to Malaysia currency ringgit Malaysia at the current exchange rate in order to calculate the registration cost. Besides, if the foreign company does not require any share capital, SSN will pay a fees payment of 70,000 ringgit Malaysia. Lastly, for the verifications of incorporations, SSN will issue a certifications of registrations of foreign company upon request together with prescribed fee.
Oh yeah, thank you, Professor Yami. There's a lot of the procedure they need to fulfill by the foreign company. So yeah, that's all from us.
Okay, so we'll be continuing the next part of the session, this talk session. So Ikwan, can you tell us a bit about the capital requirement for a foreign company to be established in Malaysia?
Yes, under the Companies Act 2016, foreign companies are prohibited from conducting business without proper registration in Malaysia. So the Companies Commission in Malaysia set a regulation whereby companies owned by foreign investors in Malaysia are obligated to maintain a minimum capital of 500,000 ringgit. Conversely, business that are involved in import, export, restaurants, and trading are obligated to pay at least for 1 million ringgit. For example, for a foreign company to apply for a visa, the Immigration Department of Malaysia required that the company meet a minimum capital requirement of 500,000 ringgit. Based on the Companies Act 2016 of Malaysia, there are several ways to repatriate or invest capital, such as capital reductions and purchasing tax shares. To repatriate the capital, the company should buy back its shares. When the company buy back its shares, it can use funds held in foreign subsidiaries to purchase those shares. So effectively bringing money back to its home country. To reinvest the capital, the company should do a capital reduction, which is reducing the number of shares in circulations and increasing the value of the remaining shares isn't directly related to the investment. However, if the funds used for share buybacks were reinvested to the company for business expansions, research and development, or other ventures, then subsequent use of funds will be considered as investment. So, can you tell us about corporate governance and taxations?
Sure. So the corporate governance is governed by the MCCG, which is the Malaysia Code of Corporate Governance, and it aims to promote transparency and accountability, and it is also monitored by Securities Commission of Malaysia. Then some of the things, some of the elements that are included inside the MCCG are the board effectiveness of audit and risk management, as well as the integrity in reporting and a meaningful relationship with all stakeholders. So first, the board leadership and effectiveness means that the composition, independence, and the functionality of a company is being targeted. So it aims to, example is that it aims to separate the CEO and the chairman, and then also it encourages the appointing of independent directors to establish an effective board. And lastly, if I'm not mistaken, it also promotes the periodic board evaluation to enhance the performance of the board. Next, the effectiveness of audit and risk management. It aims to promote and appoint an independent audit committee to maintain the transparency. So MCCG also states that risk management needs to be strong in order to minimize the threats of a company and to prevent any hindrances of the company to achieve its goals. So lastly, integrity in reporting and meaningful relationship with stakeholders means that companies should focus on making sure that the reporting is transparent and accurate. And according to the MCCG, it highlights that the importance of a strong connection with all your stakeholders through effective communication and also addressing their concerns during a board meeting. By doing so, the MCCG wants to build trust, reputation, as well as sustainability for all the companies in Malaysia. As for taxation, it is a very important part for a country and its economy. Some of the tax in Malaysia are such as corporate tax, personal income tax, SSD, and many more. So the tax for local and foreign companies are quite different. As for foreign companies, I'll make a bit here, they have to pay a flat rate of 24%. But as for local companies that have their year ended in 2023, the first 100,000 ringgit that they earn, they have to pay a 15%. The next 500,000, they have to pay a 70%. And the remaining profit, they have to pay an extra 24%. Yeah, so that's all from us for this part of the talk. Thank you.
Alright, so aside from all the required information, can you tell me the challenge and risk to establish the foreign company in Malaysia?
Thank you for the question. Even if the Companies Act of 2016 makes forming a foreign company in Malaysia seem like an exciting opportunity, there are challenges along the way. It can be difficult to navigate the complex legal system, especially given the Act's complexities. This difficulty is increased by cultural and linguistic differences. Another level of complexity is added by prohibition on foreign ownership in several industries. Under the surface, there are also worries about intellectual property and geopolitical instability. So it is essential to collaborate with professional local legal counsel in order to overcome these challenges. Proper due diligence makes regulatory legals clear and breaks down the cultural barrier. Developing strong relationships with regional partners promotes communication and trust. Other than that, effective methods for protecting intellectual property keep the valuable assets protected, and solid knowledge of Malaysia's tax rules ensures easy compliance. And lastly, proactive risk mitigation is made possible by closely monitoring the political and economic landscape. Foreign business can turn the Malaysian market from a complex network into an attractive growth platform by carefully taking these factors into consideration. It is all about the challenges and risks for these procedures.
Alright, thank you for your sharing. So we wrap it up to conclusion. So in conclusions, our study provides a clear and thorough outline for setting up foreign business in Malaysia under the Company Act of 2016. It reveals a spectrum of options, analyzing the legal framework, registration, compliance, and more. Beyond pointing out the complex problem and benefit, the focus is on how hard is it to set up the foreign business and how important is it to follow the law exactly to avoid to be fined. For investor, business owner, and lawyer, this study can make a starting business in Malaysia easier, which help to grow economy and improve it. Thank you for your time.
conducting business.
I mean besar.
Okay.
Oh, kuat lagi lah.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
Seingat apa?
It's okay.